like about 90 miles is that when I walk into any of my places, I feel like I've been brought back to when I was 11 years old when I left Cuba. I remember the police knocking on my door and saying, Alberto González, te llegó la salida, which is my father's name. Basically, they knocked on the door saying, you know, your exit visa has come in. And we all got dressed, walking down the street because we didn't want to miss a beat. The first 90 miles opened up in September 8, 2008 with the ideas that we brought from Spain and my childhood memories. My perception of a lot of the businesses in the US is like bigger is better, and in Europe it seems like the smaller business the better they do. So we wanted to incorporate that feel of a small restaurant with a lot of taste here in Chicago. To all the little details like the typewriter, which it reminds me of my aunt that was a writer in Cuba, the sewing machine that brings me back to my grandmother sewing my pants, the mason jars that we use for our drinks and our water. It kind of reminds me of the mayonnaise jars my mom used to wash up and use them in the dinner table at home. It's one of those things that Cubans have learned to live with, which is kind of making something out of nothing. Cuban food, in my opinion, should be served in a relaxed atmosphere. It's basically very simple food. It's a fusion from Spanish and African culture. The food here in 90 Miles means a lot to me because they're my grandmother's recipes. Choripan, which is basically Spanish chorizo, sliced and made in a sofrito sauce, served over bread, kind of like a bruschetta. The Cuban sandwich is a staple in Cuban cuisine. What we have is a roasted pork, smoked ham, mustard, Swiss cheese, and pickles. We put it on the panini grill and grill it for approximately 5 to 7 minutes. And you have a delicious Cuban sandwich. The ropa vieja is sweater beef. The proper translation to it will be all clothes, because the way it looks is like all clothes, because the beef is all shredded. It's very tender, and in 90 Miles we have a secret recipe that makes the ropa vieja even tender than it was supposed to be. What motivated us to kind of stick to the arts and to the murals was the nostalgic feel of not having that many Cuban places where I could make it, where I could call it home. A family standing in the doorway looking towards Havana, and it's a three-dimensional piece. It's basically an installation that we decided to call it La Salida, which is called the exit. La Salida is a nostalgic piece that reminds me of my exit from Cuba. There's 5 of us in the picture. It was I, my brother, my sister, my father, and my mom, so it's kind of like us looking towards Havana and saying goodbye for the last time, you know? We want your experience at 90 Miles to be unique. From the moment you park your vehicle, you hear the Cuban rhythms. Once you walk into the front door, the smells will bring you in even deeper. It's kind of like you feel like you've been transported into Havana. That's what I think of 90 Miles. Very simple, very chill, where people will come in with friends, have a good time, and just kind of relax.